Kia ora, and welcome to my daily chorus for Wednesday, August the 27th. I'm Bernard Hickey for the Kaka. This is my daily podcast and video that goes out to paying subscribers via my Substack called the Kaka. And it's all about Aotearoa's political economy around housing, climate and poverty. Today's big news to be announced by the government is a new business investment visa. This will allow people to invest $2 million in a New Zealand business to get residency, and allow those people who invest $1 million in a business to get onto a fast track to a residency within 3 years. There are some businesses that are going to be ruled out of this, including brothels, dairies, convenience stores, and some other franchise type businesses, and people who invest in more than $2 million in a bigger business. They can get the same visa if they invest more than 25% in that business. We haven't seen yet whether it will come with the right to buy residential property, but there is some obvious speculation that it will. This is another big move for the government to essentially buy some economic growth by increasing the population. I wanted to go to a presentation now which gives you a sense of how the government's operating here and gives you some of the details. Essentially, the government is going for growth by loosening the migration settings and bringing in capital, particularly into the housing market, to get that going again as well. So today we have seen we're going to see the announcement from Erica Stanford, the immigration minister. $2 million gets you a fast track to residency. $1 million gets you residency in 3 years. And that ban is going to be lifted shortly. According to Erica Stanford, this new BIV, Business Investment Visa, will bring cash to the cities. You might recall PM Christopher Luxon has said that the cities are doing it tough at the moment, and certainly there's a lot of demand. So Erica Stanford is quoted in an article in today's Herald. It's a leak of the policy, which I've got a link to in the email newsletter, in which she says the business investment visa will maintain and create jobs, grow incomes, and breathe new life into existing businesses across the country. She says it has clearer settings that are easier for applicants to understand, for Immigration New Zealand to process, and it's designed to, quote, deliver real economic benefits. A Productivity Commission inquiry, a couple of them actually in recent years, have questioned whether there are real economic benefits in the long run to strong population growth from migration. The jury is out one way or another, but what we do know is that when we have fast population growth before infrastructure is built, this adds to pressure not just on congestion and availability of public services, education, health, but of course adds pressure to house prices. And the removal of the foreign buyers ban, which is now expected imminently as well, particularly if it involves people buying a visa for $1 million and then having the rights to buy a house without a limit on the size of the house, would significantly boost demand into the housing market. Now, we've already got some pretty strong support from the Auckland Chamber of Commerce, the CEO there, Simon Bridges. He's basically said this would be an excellent addition. There'll be real helpers to Auckland's economy because Auckland desperately needs cash, he says. If Auckland were a business, it would have cash flow issues right now. So $1 million and $2 million of money will be really positive. So he also thinks the rumour mill tells me changes about foreign buying will be coming. Let's hope they are sooner than later, says Simon Bridges. Now, the other big news today has come out thanks to Derek Cheng in the New Zealand Herald. He's referring to a new analysis done by the Ministry for Social Development into a policy that was announced in the budget, whereby people who currently don't have to declare the first two borders income when they apply for accommodation supplement now will have to declare it. This was all designed to claw back about $150 million from those people paying accommodation supplement and various other housing supports. The MSD's analysis, which I've included a link to in the email newsletter, will go to around 7,000, or will apply to 7,000 recipients of the accommodation supplement. They're going to lose about $100 a week. And the MSD has warned this will hit Māori, Pacifica, old people, young people, disabled people the hardest, and may have unintended consequences, whereby, for example, if a household can't now effectively claim or get the benefits of the income from a boarder, that boarder may be kicked out and eventually have to go back to MSD for accommodation assistance, temporary accommodation assistance, if they can get it. And you may also see extra applications for hardship from those people who are no longer getting that $100 a week. And some are actually having income losses of more than $200 a week. This is going to put extra pressure on those households that are really struggling at the moment. And it just shows the scale of the hardship involved to save money for reducing a deficit and reducing borrowing, which is clearly not needed. Also in the news today, Consumer NZ have made a call for a Financial Markets Authority review of home insurance pricing. They argue that a lot of the risk-based pricing increases that we've seen over the last decade or so, and particularly around insurance, and now increasingly around flood risk, storm surge risk, slips risk because of climate change, has contributed to a tenfold increase in insurance premia in the last 20 years. Just for comparison, contents insurance has only tripled, and cheese and egg prices have only doubled. So there's a significant issue there. This chart there, thanks to the New Zealand Herald's Janesh Tibshrani, shows what's happened to dwelling insurance. The growth there over the last 20 years or so has been significantly faster for dwelling insurance. And the point is made that we don't have a lot of transparency from the insurers about exactly why some properties are being charged more than others, how much of it's flood risk, quake risk. If you're going to have a risk-based pricing system that is variable depending on flood maps, quake risks, various modelling, that should be open for consumers and others to see, whereas it isn't at the moment. So that's one to watch. And just finally, the Dunedin City Council yesterday voted 8-7, and it required the casting vote of the Mayor, Jules Radich, 8-7 to abandon plans for a cycleway through the main student area of Dunedin. This is called the Albany Street Connection Project. It's going to be a key cycleway through the area. Opponents said it would help save $1.5 million by not doing it, although it was matched by NZTA funding of $1.5 million. It's not clear whether that money will now just go up in smoke. And of course, one of the main arguments by those who opposed the cycleway was that it would remove 48 car parks. Boy. I'm Bernard Hickey. It is Wednesday, August the 27th. That is my daily chorus on the kaka. Ka kite anō.